So Season 7 releases just next week on September 2nd, and we got a showcase earlier which showed us everything coming not only in Season 7 Day 1, but also the mid-season update. And today I'm going to talk to you guys everything about it, starting off with the car list, giving you my opinions on it as well. I forgot one more thing to tell you guys. The release date of Season 7's mid-season update is October 28th. So when Season 7 launches on September 2nd, you got about a month and a couple of weeks until the next update arrives. Really cool. So that's not that far. Normally we have to wait like 3 months or like 2 months, but it does come just after. Let's continue on though and talk about everything arriving in both Season 7 and Season 7's mid-season update. So first, the car list. Now, when TDUSC launched, there were a lack of JDM or agent cars, especially considering the location was Hong Kong Island, and the community did ask for it quite a lot. That said, this was stouted as like the JDM themed updates where you guys would see some JDM vehicles not only in like the Solar Pass theme, but also in vehicle form. The two online store cars are not JDM, but the Solar Pass and the dealership cars are. So let's take a look at them. The first one you guys already saw was released, the Nissan R34 Skyline. You guys, as you can see here, it has all the beautiful colors, midnight purple, millennium jade, etc. But really cool car to see. And then you had none other than the RX-7, and as usual, I gotta let you guys hear this, man. Come on. Probably, like, listen, one thing that I have to give credit for on TDUSC is the sounds. Now, sometimes sounds still have issues, like, you know, there's the need for the MB412C to have an improved sound. There's some cars that don't sound correct or the supercharger isn't too loud, but to be fair, a lot of cars in TDUSC bang, and this car is definitely one of them. Now, the Nissan R34 was actually part of the level 15 Solar Pass, which means it's a paid vehicle, while the RX-7 is supposed to be available for everyone in the dealership. Then you had none other than this, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4, first time it's appearing in an open world racing game. The good news with this is that this is level 50, so it's available for free for all players. You just have to grind through the Solar Pass to get it. Now, going through the Solar Pass should be a lot more easier and more rewarding this season than it was previously due to the improved live tab, but we'll talk about that later. Then last but not least, you have the level 1 car, the Nissan 370Z. Now, personally, the only reason I'm a fan of this is the sound. I like, in Canada, North America, bro, you used to have these cars. The thing is, people clap them out sometimes, so they'll put on a bad exhaust and it'll sound bad, but like, this is like a proper well-toned exhaust, man, and when people actually let it sound the way it's supposed to, rather than, you know, some clapped muffler, it sounds really good. But this is the Nismo version. It actually does have quite a lot of differences from the one that's already in the game. Of course, we'll start off as the Nismo version. It has a wing, a different style body, different from bumper, and the one in the game is a automatic with paddle shifters, and it's left-hand drive. This one's right-hand drive with a manual 6-speed, so a decent amount of difference between the two. Now let's talk about the online store cars. There's two of them. The first one is, of course, the the M4 GT3 Evo with the Puma livery. It's a whole collaboration, so you get some cool Puma outfits with it, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of this one. The Beetle, I'll be honest, I love the livery. Definitely a lot of effort on it, and the same thing with the holiday edition thing it has on the roof. There's quite a lot of customization options with it, but to be honest here, I'm not that interested in it, mainly because it's based on the existing buggy Beetle. So if you already have it, really there's not that much of a difference. Of course you have more customization options, of course you have the livery, of course you have the like holiday design, and it does look like a better car that you would drive off-road. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I'm just personally not interested in it. I think, and I wish it was something else, but given the times, I'm gonna be okay with it. But just giving you guys my honest thoughts about that vehicle. Here is the Solar Pass. I will admit, again, Solar Pass is another thing. There is a price increase on the base version this season. VIP stays the same, so everything else stays the same. It's just the regular version that got a price increase. And I know it definitely hurts the player base, bro. Like, you guys know all the time, man. I do understand the community, but at the same time, bro, I understand why the price was increased. It sucks. I just hope at some point in TDUSC's future, bro, we can actually start rewarding those players who have been around for so long, have been spending money, and not just those who spend money, bro. Like, I'm not trying to say only people who spend money deserve some reward. Regarding the Solar Pass, I do quite love it. It's probably one of my favorite ones. It's definitely a lot more JDM themed. There are some stuff in it that I think are really cool. Like, there was a sweater, a fleece sweater. I swear I'm wearing that. Normally I don't really wear that much stuff or from the solar pass or use much, but yeah, like the Mazda livery, the parts on the actual R34 are there as well. There are some pretty cool stuff in this, so I would say it's a pretty good solar pass. I think, especially comparing to the previous ones, season 6, the one that we have right now, and season 7 are pretty good. But anyways, that's that for the solar pass. Next, let's talk about the live tab, because this is quite literally the biggest change in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, and I think it's underrated. No one's really gonna take this in. But first, how you progress through both end game and how you progress in like mid-level and starting, this affects everyone, and it affects everyone for the benefits, because now going through and playing TDUSC is going to be a lot more of a better experience, more varied experience than it was before. And there's definitely a lot more opportunity to earn more XP and more money through this system. First, daily challenges. Before, let me be honest with you, I didn't really care for that much for daily challenges, because it wasn't really in your face. You had a couple of those things, you really had to focus it. It was only in like the top, you'd see it in your solo hotel, for example, or the star menu, but it wasn't that, okay, like this is what you have to do. Now you have the daily challenges tab. Yeah, there's no live event tabs when we showed this because it was on a dev build, but I have screenshots for you guys. I'll show it really quickly. But with daily challenges, you can re-roll them. So if there's something you don't like in that daily challenge, you can literally re-roll it for 3 other options and you're good to go. That helps a lot, because now you don't have to, you're not forced. You have so much of a varied option now with your daily challenges to earn money and XP through it. It's really cool. Then you have the seasonal challenges. So every week they unlock. You can still earn solar pass outside of the system, by the way. So even if you max out your week, you can still earn solar. It's not like you're locked out of earning more XP or solar pass from these challenges. These are just an added way to get more out of Solar Crown than just repeating races, which is the whole point. Because solar passes before, bro, it was just grinding the same race so over and over and over again, really. But this changes it immensely. You know, now you have so much more opportunity to earn some other things. But for example, you saw me, I have a challenge where I just had to do a speed trap, 75k plus 6,000 solar coins. Crazy. Like bro, that's a massive difference. Of course, they're not all gonna be that easy. You can see there are some hard ones that you have to complete, but it's not that bad at all, bro. This is definitely massively improved from what we had previously. But then, as I mentioned, you had live events, and the good thing about this is a work in progress, by the way. This is like a screenshot from a while ago regarding live events, but as you guys can see, there's some live events here that the player has to complete. Another thing, the whole AI logo icon thing, gone. You know, that was mentioned earlier in a letter probably 3 months ago, but we said that we're now working on an in-house tool for these live event icons, because previously they were outsourced and the outsourcer used AI. So we had some mistakes, some of them didn't really look that nice. But shout out to UI team and the graphic team at KT. They've worked on a tool that can now create these in-house using actual car models that we have, using actual backgrounds, etc. And you guys will see that throughout the season. So no more AI logos. Really important. I just want to mention that out because it's pretty important to say, I think, as well. That said, so in these live events now, it's similar. You'll have some races to do, like for example, there are some new missions, new navigation races, new domination races. This is the whole new live event system. You know, now it's not just gonna be races, and now they're also gonna fit a theme. For example, you guys saw in the actual showcase, there was a Michelin live event where you're delivering a guy with a Michelin suit. It's a whole new mission that was added to the game. So now you have the opportunity to get new content through this system. It's like a massive change in like how Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown works, because like we're getting not only new content often, like we're getting new races, new missions, new navigation races, new domination. Like it's changing everything now. This is a really good thing for TDUSC, and I'm really curious to see how the community plays through it, how the community feedbacks it, because it's a massive change. I'm hoping the community loves it so far. Now, other things that are happening day 1 of season 7 is, of course, the ability to remove wings on cars. At launch, there's the Exige, which you guys saw a video of. Then you have the TTRS, R34, R35, RX7. Forgetting some. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 4 has it. I think a few other cars, I can't remember, but I think all of them were listed in that video that I showed to you guys. Really cool. Another thing though, really big, is hypercar physics. You guys saw on the showcase, hypercars right now, especially if you do the crown jewels, they kind of split that arcade thing. In TDUSC, the physics are really good, But at high speed, you start to realize they start to get super arcadey, or they don't really make sense. Now, this changed that a lot. This means hypercars now kind of grip correctly. You won't have them drifting crazily around turns, especially going fast paced. So this fixes the not entirely, there are still some physics issues with TDUSC which I want to see improved, you know, like the turning radius, etc. But now hypercars at high speed, and you'll notice this especially during races, it's much more enjoyable, much more grip that you'll find at the high speeds with these cars. So really fun to see that. Then of course there's those world changes. You know, we're adding physical cameras to both Ibiza and Hong Kong Island. On top of that, same thing goes for races. Instead of the augmented reality stuff, you now see actual polls, like in this BMW live event, actual polls. And that's also in the races, the checkpoints are now actual polls. So this is definitely a way forward for adding more realism to TDUSC, removing all the augmented reality stuff. It's moving the way forward. It's really cool to have that as well. And then that's basically it for day 1 of season 7. Now let's talk about what's coming mid-season in season 7. So first, 8-player groups. Massive, guys. Like, not only for like the community, but even for my streams, like being able to now do cruises with you guys easily in 8-player groups, go into races with 8-player, like clan races now are gonna be super crazy on stream. Ranked, I can finally do ranked group races. Like, guys, this changes everything, bro. So really happy to see 8-player groups arriving into TDUSC. That's happening mid-season. Then there's that new camera, so you guys can see a before and after here. You can still switch between the two, but Guillaume also mentioned that, you know, later on we want to work on the cockpit camera to give more immersion, and then we also want to give people the ability to customize your camera beyond what we give you, which is really important to do. Then last, well, not really last, but also really big, rims. You can finally change rims, the size of them. It looks like it can be staggered as well, really cool. But this will also fix those rims for some vehicles that have the rim size issues. But really happy to see this, man. As soon as this update, the amount of cars, I'm probably gonna rework all of my cars' rims. There's some cars like the Viper, for sure, the Viper, I'm getting like really wide rims. Lower it anymore. I still wish it would be cool if we could lower our cars in TDUSC a bit more with the track suspension, if anything. There's just some gap on some cars I really want to close that fitment on. The Viper is one of them, because I swear, bro, I will drive that car everywhere as soon as it's like fixed. So that being said, I'm gonna have to wait for that. On top of that, we also have the ability to apply car parts even if you have appearances, otherwise known as liveries, equipped. So for example, there are some cars, whenever you added an appearance like the Alpine US Racing livery, you couldn't customize the rims or anything about the car beyond that, or even add like wings and stuff. That's being fixed mid-season. Then there is a new game mode per se, along with a live event with a, it's also like, this is all related. How do I explain this, bro? So mid-season, there's a really crazy partnership, like a licensed partnership collaboration that's coming into TDUSC. It also comes along with another online store bundle, so that's really cool. This probably, I would assume, like everyone's gonna love it. I don't think anyone's gonna guess the bundle either. But on top of that, it comes with a new game mode, and you don't have to pay, by the way. The game mode's free for all players, and there are some really cool rewards associated with this live event that are free for all players, and it's associated with the same collaboration. So you don't have to pay to access the collaboration. It's just a really cool way for people to enjoy what we have coming. But really exciting for that. It will be officially announced in the October Solo Club letter, which really isn't that far away, bro. We're almost about a month and like a week or two away from that Solo Club letter. Really cool. But that's everything happening in TDUSC's season 7, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You know, there are some things, topics that I really want to brush over really quickly. You know, the price of cars and the distribution of them. I know it's a bit tough, man. Like, it sucks, bro. Like, you guys know, bro, I'm totally with you guys on like how monetization is. You know, I really want to find a way for the community to get more stuff available to them for free. Like, I feel like the ratio also is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I can't sit there and say, yeah, but the ratio is perfect. You know, I definitely understand. But like, bro, there's nothing I can do about it, guys. You know, of course I advocate for it, but I feel if you guys just want to, you know, apologize on behalf, not only on the delay of the seasons, how long it's taking, but same thing for the distribution of the vehicles and the monetization. It's been a long road, bro, and it is getting better. Like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and lie, it's not getting better, but hopefully you guys get some stuff rewarded too. But that's all I have to say in today's video for season 7, guys. Really excited for it, honestly. Even without the ORC, which is a whole other thing that I should also mention, is that as you guys saw with houses, there's massive difference of houses. You know, we're not just adding what was done in TDU2, we want to expand on it, we want to make it engaging, and that's the same thing for the ORC. You know, despite these hard times, it's clear that KT and the con don't want to drop down the scope just to release something easier, and there's no different for the ORC. The ORC wasn't just a place you can just, you know, go and race, whether you want to do unranked to ranked. It wasn't just that, because if you think about it, you know, it's been almost like, well, by the time we get it, it'll be more than 2 years since the game launched. Not that many people will want to play multiplayer, so we have to find a way. How do you engage these players to actually go to Solar Arena, check it out, and play it and enjoy it? How can we do that? And what KT has is an idea behind it. I think it's really cool. I think it's definitely gonna get people to play it. It will interest people, whether you like racing, whether you don't like racing. It's definitely gonna be something for everyone. But it sucks it's not here yet, and we have to wait for it, but it is going to arrive in the future. More details on that will probably come spring 27, when the next announcement for houses will be. That being said, though, that's all to say for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe for more content. Let me know your thoughts on season 7. Really excited for it, man. There are some good stuff even without the ORC that are arriving. You guys know I'm going to be streaming it and all that. But yeah, I'm Lock7. See you guys in another one. Peace.